What's poppin', y'all?
This is Gersh1.
And this is the Sound Alchemist, messing up the intro already. And this is another episode of For the Greater WAAAGH. Yeah, get those work energies out.
I hit that too hard. This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. And that is what?
I am so bored, asked. This is his attempt number 3 at asking this question. So this goes to show you guys, Pride and Prejudice was a movie and a book.
What?
Perseverance, guys.
Oh, Perseverance, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alright.
Have any non-traitor Space Marine chapters come into conflict and fought one another?
All the time. Drinks. You owe
Oh,
me a
yes,
soda.
Coke.
No, soda.
It's pinch poke, owe me a Coke.
Do you say soda, pop, or what's the other word?
You give me a Coke.
Fizz.
Fizz? I've never heard anybody say that.
I have.
Excuse me, sir. May I have a fountain drink?
They said, what kind of fizzy drinks you got? And then I was like, what? And then they go, yeah, fizz, you know.
Never heard anybody say that.
And then I just left the table.
You should.
What was the question?
If any Space Marines fought another.
Oh, yeah.
Not like traitors, but like loyalists.
Yeah, loyalist against loyalist.
All
Yes.
the time. There is a freaking chapter that's known for it, the Minotaurs. They basically listen to whatever the High Lords tell them, and they go out there and they're like, hey, you gotta pay off your tariffs, you gotta stop taking control of this space, and if they say nope, then they go at it.
Yep, Space Wolves also love to fight each other. They actually have a rivalry with...
Dark Angels.
Yeah, the Dark Angels. Pretty much any Space Marine chapter connected to the Inquisition also is going to have beef with other Space Marine chapters.
The Space Wolves fought against the Grey Knights because of the Inquisition.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then there was a huge battle called the Bad App War.
The one you will not finish.
The one that I will finish someday. It was Space Marine, Loyalist Space Marine against Loyalist Space Marine.
At first, though. Like, towards the end of it, what was it?
The Astro Claws were the only ones that were chaotic. Everybody else they were just like, oh, we didn't know they were chaotic. They were just kind of like defending themselves. Because you have to remember that each individual Space Marine chapter is, what's the word? Like, on its own? It's on its own. And it does what it wants to do.
Pretty much, yeah.
And just like any other just organization, it's going to get into conflict with friendly people. Even if they're fighting for humanity, they might not like the color of their skin.
What?
Yeah, it's a bit racist. But hey, Space Marines.
Sure.
I was going to say color of their armor, but then like, I'm just so used to hearing the color of skin that it just came out as color of the skin. Anyways, next question. No, you haven't got one.
Cage Schultz. I don't know if I've had a question in a while, but could Vulcan as a perpetual use his powers to heal the Emperor?
No, you can't transfer that.
No, and the Emperor is already a perpetual. He just doesn't want to do it because if he dies, then the Astronomicon loses its light, and demons invade everywhere. But I feel like that's a loss that is acceptable because you'll have the Emperor up and ready, and in a little bit.
Well, we don't know that though. So like the Emperor could die and then be reincarnated, or
Like
shit, I said reincarnation is not a thing. So he will come back as something else. Wait, no. Hold on. Because when Vulcan was killed and he found out that he was a perpetual, his body just reanimated.
Right.
Oh, well then yeah, never mind. Because I was thinking like, what if he gets reincarnated and he's like, a little old Chinese woman somewhere in China, and then they have to search for him, which is an actual thing. There's a religion in China who believes that Jesus Christ, the Christian All-Father, is actually a Chinese woman, and she's living somewhere in China. But you guys didn't know that. Anyways, next question.
Ben Keller. With the Empire losing planetary systems to incursions from the Tau, Chaos, and the occasional Orc warlord, how are the black ships capable of collecting enough psychers to feed the Emperor? Will the Big E's psychic beacon eventually diminish, and thus make interstellar travel harder.
The Imperium is the largest empire in the galaxy in 40K. They have... Yeah, they do.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, not. Yeah, it is.
I'll pull up a map right now.
Pull it up. Who can relate?
No, it is. Who? What other empire is bigger?
The Necrons.
The Necrons are all dead. They're all sleeping.
Right,
they
but
don't
when they wake up, they'll be the biggest.
But like right now in 40K, the Necrons are not awake. The Imperium is the biggest. So what I'm saying is that there is, if the Imperium is a farm,
they're the cows, because there's usually the most cows.
Yeah.
Unless it's a pig farm.
Right. So then they're looking for the special cows, the ones that have the brown udders. So.
Are not udders pink?
No, some of them are brown.
No.
Some of them are polka dotted. Go to Wisconsin. But anyways, yeah. So if the Imperium is wait, what am I saying? Oh, if the Imperium is a farm and Psychers are cows with brown udders, and the Tau are coming and like killing cows as they're approaching or as they are encroaching onto the farm of the Imperium, they're like small outskirts. I don't remember what I was trying to say. No, we're not gonna run out of Psychers. The Imperium is pretty big, and like hive cities are in trillions. There's trillions of humans, and out of those trillions, there's enough Psychers in there. And that's just one hive city. And then there's like 10 hive cities on a planet. There's however many planets like that. So there's a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Cows. There's a lot of cows. Next question.
This one's by Bruva Michael. So I've heard that the Eldar had suppressed their AI before it began to be very intelligent. But what prevents the Eldar or the Dark Eldar from developing AI for their second or third time? Well, they're dying right now. So they want to mitigate any losses in any way they can. So if they know that their AI can become too intelligent and rebel and thus mow them down, that's something that they want to stay pretty far away from. So much so that they've kind of stayed away from like their orgies and all that because they know that feeds into Slaanesh.
Yeah. So they can't have orgies.
Yeah.
Staying on the topic of the Eldar, Michael Howell says, do the Eldar suffer from any chaos taint except for Slaanesh? I've never seen or heard of a Coronet, Nurgling, or Zinchinian Eldar cult or clades. Is it Zinchinian? Is that
Zichian, right?
I'm just pronouncing it wrong. So, do they?
As far as I know, no. Because they already hate Slaanesh, so why, like, feed other chaos gods?
They're extremely psychically powerful, so they can push the temptation of chaos away.
But at the same time, since they're so powerfully psychic, like they are a beacon to the chaos gods.
Yeah, so they're the enemies of them. Think of it like this: if the Eldar Empire is a farm, yeah, I know. Next question.
Dragon Punch 903 5 days ago. That's what it said.
What?
Oh, that's because he posted this 5 days ago.
Oh.
Since Gersh1 obviously listens to Logic, what other artists do you guys listen to?
We listen to the Migos.
Hardison B.
We listen to
the yodeling kid at Walmart.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Squidward's a pretty cool artist.
Clarinets.
Yeah.
Yep.
Migos.
Next question comes from Wookin Schreier. Do you guys have to sit in the same spot in all your videos? And if so, is it something y'all agreed on or just comes naturally?
I don't know. I mean, like, the door's the closest to me, so I feel like I got a good escape route. And, like, the wall's right there.
And then I could just touch the wall?
I don't know. I think it's just the way the warp intends it to be.
Don't fight it. Just let it... Let the warp position you, and you'll have a better life.
Yeah, it's kind of like when it's a new day in school, like college, and there's just a bunch of seats everywhere. Like, what drives you to sit at that place?
And if you say your eyesight, that sucks. Because you're restricted. I was never restricted because I wear contacts.
You're enhancing your eyesight. You're enhancing your restriction.
Yeah, so then I overcame my restriction by having... Oh, wait, no, wearing glasses. Never mind. All right, next question comes from Thomas R.
Ooh.
What does Drago eat and drink while in the warp? Does he eat demons?
He eats the blood of his enemies. Yeah, it's a good question.
Well, Space Marines can go really, really long without eating.
Mm-hmm.
So if Drago is stuck in the warp, he's probably just not eating.
Or if he is, he's like...
He pops out every now and then, hits up the local Mickey D's, because you know Mickey D's is around in the 40K universe. He just goes back. Goes back into the warp.
Bunny Hop. What is your favorite Xenos race apart from the Tau and the Orcs?
My second favorite Xenos race would have to be the Rakghoul.
Oh, that's interesting. For the longest time, it was the Eldar for me. Like, I always said, if I were to start a Xenos army besides the Tau, it'd be the Eldar. But lately, I'm kind of leaning towards the Necrons. They're pretty badass. I actually picked up the Necron Codex, and it's like really, really cool.
Next question comes from Grizzlebrand.
Ooh.
Who would win in a fight between Leman Russ and Jektai Khan?
I'm gonna give it to the Russian, even though he seems to have lost every battle he's been in with the Primarch.
I'll give it to the Khan because I feel like he has a motorcycle.
Yeah, that's true. If you got a motorcycle, you win instantly.
Yeah, just coolness level permeates through each step or each roll.
Do you think he plays cards games on motorcycles?
Probably.
Yeah, he's got to.
Next one.
This one's by Stephen Lastly. So, this is a follow-up question to the question about the Emperor and the Golden Throne. Would it be possible to hold off chaos while the Emperor revived himself?
No.
And what would it take to hold chaos off while the Emperor heals or regenerates, comes back to life?
No, and the entire Imperial army?
Yeah, because if the Emperor is healing himself, this is like the precious thing that you're going to want to protect no matter what. So, I don't know. I feel like, think of the Emperor as like an egg, and like the Adeptus Custodes, the Space Marines, the Grey Knights, and the Imperial Guard is like a golden retriever's mouth, because that's how soft it is. It will not break an egg.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. Like, if you put an egg inside a golden retriever's mouth, like, it's too soft that it won't break.
How does it eat then?
It doesn't, because it's so soft.
I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, okay, now I remember it. Going on to that, or building on that.
There's much to build there.
If the Emperor were to, like, just try to recuperate, nobody would control the Astronomicon.
Right.
And in order to rally everybody to Terra...
You gotta get there.
And you gotta let them know. And you can't let them know if there's no Astronomicon, because then you can't really send... you don't really know where things are. So, like, the Space Wolves might be coming from Fenris to, like, defend Terra, but then the Emperor is trying to recuperate, so there's no Astronomicon, and now they end up in, you know, I don't know, Tau.
The wrong side of the hood.
Yeah. And those were the questions for today. Thank you for sending those questions our way. If you have more questions for us, comment down below.
As always, we go to the questions that have question in front of it, so go like those questions if you don't have a question yourself, because it'll go up and it'll be more presently known to us.
With that said, this was Gersh1,
Sound Alchemist, and we are out of here.